Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Wednesday, March the 31st. It's the last day of March. Oh my God, it's April Fool's Day tomorrow. And my name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. As you already know, Get Moving is helping people with mobility issues, mobility problems, to get some good solid exercise. So if for whatever reason you can't move as well as you hope, then Get Moving is here to help you. So maybe you, I don't know, have a disability of some kind or something, or if you have a chronic medical condition, or if you have an injury, if you're post or pre surgery, if you're in rehab, stuff like that, then Get Moving can help you get fitter, get stronger, move better, generally have a much better quality of life, and enjoy life so much more. Honestly, we're amazing. We're basically saints. We're a bunch of saints here. I swear to goodness, good God above, we are the best the man can get. I think that's from an advert. Anyway, so it is Wednesday. It is Wobble Wednesday. That means on Wobble Wednesdays, we practice balancing. So today, I'm going to be focusing a bit more on people who are standing, who can stand, and who want to improve their balance. But because Get Moving is an inclusive thing, we don't forget people here. If you are seated and you can't stand, it doesn't matter. You can still do some good solid exercise. We have alternative exercises for you. So usually 95% of these exercises are suitable for everybody, seated or standing. But just for today, they can be skewed a little bit more towards those standing. But if you're seated, you can still join in. Trust me on this one. If you are seated, you will need your resistance band. Okay? If you're seated, the best thing to do is to get your resistance band and anchor it somewhere solid. It must be solid, roughly chest height. Now, I have my resistance band over here, anchored off screen, so you can't see, but it's anchored, well, actually, it's a bit below my chest height. It's kind of my stomach height, but it'll do. So you want it anchored somewhere solid, roughly your chest height, okay? That is if you are seated, because we're going to be using this resistance band a lot while the other people are doing balancing stuff, okay? So I'm going to put this another way. Don't need it anymore because I got my one over there. Okay, what have I got on my board then? Okay, yes. If you have any questions about Get Moving at all, then by all means go visit our website. It is link is in the description up there somewhere. It is reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. If you go there, you'll find out about how much of an amazing saints we are, because, like I said, we are basically saints Get Moving. I think we are that far from being canonized by the Pope. We got a letter through the post from the other day. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's kind of hush-hush. Until you actually get canonized, I don't think you're supposed to tell anybody. But shh, don't tell anyone. We are that far from becoming actual recognized saints. I think he's going to announce it on Easter Day because it's so special. But, we'll see. Down there, we've got share button somewhere. So feel free to share this video out and about so more people can take part and join in. Yeah, that'll do for now. So let's get moving then. So first of all then, what have we got? If we are standing, the exercise that we're going to be doing, the balance exercise that we'll be working on a lot today, is a firm favorite of people, the stamp. Okay, so imagine you are on a boat or something, and it's a bit choppy waves, and you're being washed side to side like that. The floor is moving around, and we're losing our balance side to side, back and forth like that. The way that we recover our balance is through a quick, decisive step of our feet. So, for example, imagine the boat is swaying that way. I am losing my balance that way. I can either stay still and keep on going and just fall, or as I sway that way, I move this foot very quickly, very determinedly, and catch my balance there. It's basically a stamp, okay? Then I recover. Same thing goes to the other side. If I'm swaying that way, this leg is going to stamp fast and hard, boom, catch my balance, and recover. And the same thing if I go backwards or forwards. If I'm falling forwards, if I'm toppling forwards, I need to move my foot forwards and stamp and catch myself, because otherwise I'm going to fall face first in the floor. Try saying that lots of times. And lastly, the same thing if I'm falling backwards. I'm going to have to move a leg very quickly and basically stamp and catch myself from falling backwards. So we're going to practice that stamp, okay? So if we are standing, we're going to stamp forwards, boom, recover. We're going to stamp to the side, boom, recover, and we're going to stamp behind us. Boom, and recover. Okay, we're going to practice what we're going to do if we're about to fall over. Okay, we're practicing just in case. We're going to do both sides. I'll let you know right and left as we go along. Now, if you are seated, I'm not going to ask you to do that. Don't worry. Instead, you've got your resistance band handy. We're going to do our single arm row. Okay. So if you're seated, you have your band anchored dead in front of me. 12 o'clock there, okay? Going to hold on with one arm, sitting tall. I'll do it on this side so you can see. One arm, sitting tall, and row back. My chest is sticking out, my shoulder is pulled back, and I relax. It is not slouched and just doing that. My shoulders are crumpled forward, my chest is caved in, none of that. It is chest out and shoulder pulling back. Relax, pull back, relax, pull back, and relax. We're going to strengthen up our upper back and posture and strong arm, okay? Again, we'll do on one side, and then when I say, we'll do on the other side. Chest out, shoulders back, rowing and stretching the band like so. I'll say when to do right, I'll say when to do left. You just follow along nicely. But that is the exercise that you're going to be doing repeatedly today, okay? It's a nice day. I'm going to take my top off. So, if you're seated, you're going to do lots and lots of rowing of the band. If you're standing, you can do lots and lots of stamping when I say. In the meantime, let's get started for real. For everybody this is, whether we are seated or whether we are standing, it makes no difference. It's the same exercise to start off with. And it's going to be marching on the spot. So, everybody, sit or stand tall. Get your legs ready. If you're seated, you're going to march on the spot like so. Just get your legs up. If you're standing, you're going to be marching on the spot like so. Getting your legs up. 20 seconds worth, okay? Everybody, are you ready? In 3, in 2, in 1, and off you go. Marching away. Knees up, arms moving if you can. It's a warm-up. It gets us ready. It gets the blood flowing. It gets the brain started, if nothing else. And we just get going. So whether you're seated or standing, it's the same thing. Like I said, just get your body moving. And that is our 20 seconds. So now, if you are seated, you're going to be using your right arm, okay? Right arm, rowing. Okay, start when I say, but it's going to be the right side. If we're standing, we're going to be stamping with our right leg. We're going to go forward stamp, sideways stamp, backward stamp, repeat, okay? So right side, right arm, right leg. Stamping and pulling in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Stamp, recover. To the side, stamp, recover, and behind, stamp, and recover. I want to hear that noise. You can't stamp slowly and quietly. It doesn't work. It's got to be fast and hard. It's got to be fast and hard. Time, time, time. So that speed, that dynamic, that stampingness is important because that's how we're going to save our lives if we're going to fall over. If we're losing our balance, we have to move our feet fast and hard. If we do it slowly and quietly, we'll have gone. It's too late. It has to be done fast and hard, so we have to make a noise. So they are the exercises we're going to be doing throughout the session now. Okay, moving on. Next one, everybody, seated or standing, same thing, shoulder rolls. Shoulders up, back and down, or if you can, get your arms up, back and down. Big moves. Everybody in 3, 2, 1, away you go. Rolling them back or rolling them back. Either way, we are nice and tall, chest is out. Shoulder blades are going to squeeze back, relax. Shoulder blades are going to squeeze back and relax. And we're going to keep ourselves moving throughout. There we go, that's our time. If we're seated, left arm is going to be rowing, recovering. Again, chest out, shoulder back. Make a nice big arm movement with the left side. If we're standing, we're going to be stamping with the left leg. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Stamp, recover, sideways, stamp, recover, behind, stamp, and recover, repeat. So again, imagine we're toppling, oh my God, save ourselves. We're toppling, oh my God, save ourselves. That stamp is loud. And that's our time, nicely done. Okay, moving on, next exercise. So, if you are seated, it is going to be knee bends or knee straightening, one or the other, same thing. If you're seated, you're going to kick your feet out and your knees are going to bend and straight like so. Bend and straight, bend and straighten like so. Nice big knee bends, okay? That's if you're seated. If you're standing, like we did yesterday, hip hinging, facing a wall. Closer to the wall is easier, further away is harder. We're not going to bend the knees, we're going to bend the hips. We're just going to reach forwards, touch the wall, and recover. As always, I know you like this part. Look at my bum. You love looking at my bum, I know. Stick the bum right back out behind us and recover. If the bum does not go out behind us, we are just going to fall forwards. And that's no fun for anyone. So bums out, reach, and then recover. So if we're seated, it's knee bends. If we're standing, it's hip hinging. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Bum back, arms forwards, stand tall, repeat. We get really good, really used to bending at the hips and sticking that bum out behind us. And let's say if the bum doesn't go out behind us, we just go forward, we are going to fall. We have to shove our bum back and body forwards. They counterbalance each other. And that is time. Okay, what's next? It's the right side. So if we're seated, my right arm is going to row, chest out, shoulder back, sitting tall, okay? If we're standing, stamping with the right leg. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamp, recover. I want to hear it from wherever you are, to wherever I am. I want to hear the stamps, okay? Boom, there. Nice and quick. We're falling. Boom. We catch ourselves. We're falling. Boom. We catch ourselves. And the louder and the quicker the stamp, the better. Okay, twist, twisty Sarah's, everyone's other favourite this is. So seated, standing, same thing. Nice and tall. Fold the arms, twisting one way and then twisting the other way. Moving the spine. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Twisting our chest around. A shoulder comes forwards, and then the other shoulder comes forwards, and we feel the stomach muscles working, hopefully. I hope they're going to be working. If they don't work, let us know in the comments below. Just in the comments, write down, my stomach isn't working. Please, Karen, help me, my stomach is broken. And I will help you. There we go. And that's time. So, I keep moving myself on my board there. Where have we got to? Left side. So, if we're seated, left arm rows. If we're standing, left leg stamps. In 3, 2, 1, stamp away. Boom. That wasn't so good. I'm going to do that again. It's a slightly better stamp. I want to hear it. I think there's something wrong with my left foot. That's a better stamp. I heard that one better. Oh, I'm terrible going forwards. I need to practice that one. Stamping and behind. Stamping. I'm going to try one more forward, see if I can improve it. Marginally. Time. The bigger, the louder the stamp, the better. Double tap time. Okay. Everybody seated. As always, guess what you're going to do first of all? Yes, you got it right. You're going to sit tall. Knees up twice. Other side. Twice. You are not going to collapse back when the knee comes up. You're going to stay nice and tall there, and then the knee is going to come up. But you're going to be sat up throughout. Remember, I can see you somehow through the camera, and I can see you slumping when you slump. If we're standing, balancing, shift the weight onto one side, and a double tap. Then we shift the weight onto the other side, and a double tap. In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So a smaller move down here is easier. A bigger move up here is harder. But it's all about shifting that weight over first of all. Trust that supporting leg. Shift the weight over and a knee raise. Shift the weight over and knee raise. It's about trusting the strength and balance in that supporting leg. So we set ourselves up well first of all, okay? Time. Double tapped. Right hand side. If we're seated, right arm rows. If we're standing, right leg stamps. In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Yeah, I think this side is better than my other side. And then quickly we're falling backwards, remember, and catch ourselves. Imagine we're toppling forwards and we catch ourselves. We're toppling sideways. We catch ourselves. We're toppling back. We catch ourselves. Time. This is where the stamp is so really fun and also vital. What's next? Side bends, bendianas. Everyone's favourite again. We've got a lot of favourites today, haven't we? Seated or standing, same thing. We're going to have one arm definitely reaching down, far down towards the sides. So we're bending the back, the spine, sideways as we go. If we can, as one arm goes down, the other arm comes up over the top. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Reaching one arm over the top, if we can. Reaching the other arm over the top, if we can. Nice, big moves. Again, we're mobilizing the spine. We are not letting it get stiff. If it wants to be stiff, we're going to tell it no. Bloody get some movement going there, spine. That's what we're going to tell it in those very words. It's a well-known fact that the spine, they've done studies on this, the spine responds to swearing. Most of the body doesn't care. It doesn't know a swear word. But strange enough, the spine, it recognizes it knows swear words. They did the studies, they've proven it. So if you swear at your spine, it'll respond. So there we go. That's a top tip of the day there, you know. Now from there, what we've got, left hand side is doing the work. So if you're seated, sitting tall, left arm. Now remember, I keep saying this, but I mean this. Chest out, left arm and shoulder comes back. Don't be that person sloping down there and just flapping the arm around. That is, what is that? That's nothing. Sitting tall, draw the resistance band back, chest out, shoulder back. Look tall and proud, okay? The left side. If we're standing, stamping with the left leg in 3, 2, 1. Off we go again. Stamping loud and stamping loud, and you get the idea. I want to hear it loud now. If you can't hear a noise, ask yourself why, and then make sure you make a noise. The louder, the more dynamic and the quicker the foot is going to be. And the quicker the foot is going to be, the better your chances are of catching ourselves if and when we lose our balance. There's no if, actually, when, because we will lose our balance at some point. This is about saving ourselves when we've lost it. It's got to be done quick. Okay. If you are seated, again, a favourite, a firm favourite, this is. I get emails. They say, this is my favourite, Karen, this is. They say that. I don't know why people email me that, but they do. They say, this is my favourite. If you're seated, chance to stand up. Tuck your feet underneath you. You're going to tilt your body weight forwards. By doing that, we are going to shift the weight onto our feet. We're going to shift the weight off our bum and onto our feet, because that's where they need to be to make us stand up. So we shift forward, heavy feet, and we're going to stand, stretch, and under control, sit back down again, okay? You can do that as many times or as few times as you can in 20 seconds, okay? This is your 20-second option, window of opportunity to stand up. If, however, we're standing, like we did on Technique Tuesday yesterday, if you're unsure about this move, have a look at the session yesterday. The reverse lunge or the curtsy, hold on to something for balance, okay? This is Wobble Wednesday, I know, but for this move, don't wobble, hold on, okay? Easy version a short, high curtsy with one leg and then the other. This is the easy version. The harder version is a longer and lower lunge. Again, alternating legs. Now that's a spectrum. You can start off nice and high and easy and short, but then slowly, gradually make it bigger and lower. And the longer and lower it gets, the harder it gets. You work with whatever you can, but know that you're going to make it harder over time. Anyway, let's get on with it. So if we're seated, we're going to stand up. If we're standing, we're going to lunge back. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Holding off for balance, striding back, long and low, and then other leg. Long and low, other leg. So don't forget, a short high curtsy is easier. A long and low lunge is harder. You do whichever version you are comfortable and happy with. And that is time. So moving on, what we got? Right side. If you're seated, right arm, rowing, recovering. But again, nice and tall there. If we're standing, the right leg is going to stamp. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamp, recover. Stamp, recover. You know the drill by now. Boom, and recover. Doesn't matter how many of these stamps you do, by the way. You can do more or fewer than me. I don't mind. As long as the feet move fast, and as long as you can hear that stamp. I'm going to do one more. As long as it is that and not that. That's nothing. It's got to be making a noise, okay? Time. Tightrope walking, it seems now. Another firm, solid favourite. I mean, it's surprising how many favourite exercises we have. I didn't think it was possible to have this many favourites, but strange enough, it's happening. Who knew? If we're seated though, ankle mobility, bending and straightening the ankle. So heel is going to touch the floor, and then your toes are going to touch the floor. Heel, toes, like so. As always, make sure you do one side, and then halfway through we'll swap over and we'll do the other side. Don't have wonky legs, or at least minimize the wonky legs. We've all got wonky legs, to be fair. We're going to minimize the wonk, okay? If, however, we're standing, it's tightrope time. You know the drill. Imaginary tightrope painted on the floor. Feet wide is easier. Feet narrow is harder. It is Wobble Wednesday for a reason. We do want to wobble. With me, walking forwards on the tightrope, off we go. Walking heel toe. Arms out to help us. Now, like I said, it is Wobble Wednesday. We definitely want to wobble as we're walking. If we are rock solid stable, something's gone wrong somewhere. We want to move as we're going forwards, and indeed, now that I've run out of room, as we're going backwards. We want to wobble, we want to move, we want to be shifting our body weight around, adjusting arms, adjusting legs, adjusting hips. All this body is moving around. The idea is to keep our center of gravity over our supporting foot. Now that's halfway through, so we're going to do one more time going forwards. Off we go, heel toe, because that is essentially everything about balance. Keeping our center of gravity inside our footprint. Now if we're standing on one leg, we've got a very small footprint. We have to be very precise. If we're standing with both feet nice and wide, it's a very wide footprint. It's easier. Going backwards one last time. But what we're doing now on this tightrope is deliberately making it difficult, deliberately making it challenging, deliberately having a very small footprint that we have to balance our center of gravity over. And by making things difficult, we make ourselves better. Anyone can do the easy option. Our job is to try and challenge ourselves and push ourselves and move up to harder options. Time. There we go. Run out of space. Okay then. What's next? It is the left-hand side. If you are seated, left arm. Again, I'm saying this again. Sitting tall. Chest out. Row back. Recover. Sitting tall. Good posture. If we're standing, the left leg is going to do the stamping. Loud, fast moves. In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Stamp, recover. Stamp. You're bored of me saying this now, I'm sure. You're sick of my voice. I don't see how you could be sick of my voice. I have a wonderful voice. Saint-like voice. Saint Karen. Remember, watch out for the news on Easter Day. That's apparently when it's going to happen. And there we go. Time. Fast feet. Now, I've been wittering on all this time about the speed of our stamps, because the speed of our stamps is so important to catch ourselves when, not if, when we lose our balance. So, fast feet helps us practice fast footwork. So 10 seconds only. It's only 2 rounds, 10 seconds only. We are going to move our feet quickly. So if we're seated, we're going to run on the spot. Like so. Small, fast footwork. If we're standing, same idea. Small, fast footwork. How quickly can we move our feet? Because speedy feet help us keep our balance. 2 rounds, 10 seconds. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So nice quick feet. Moving them like a blur. So you cannot see my feet by now. I know this for a fact. They're just a blur in the camera. There's nothing but motion blur there because they're so quick. That's how you want your feet to be. Now that was round 1, as we all know. Second time was always better. So round 2, exactly the same, but quicker. Are you ready? In 3, in 2, in 1. Off we go. Quick feet. Don't let anyone see what they're doing. So fast. They're like the Flash. Oh, there we go. Time. Tactical waggle. Make sure everything's okay. And then the right-hand side. Let me change my time. I always forget to do this. The right-hand side, if you are seated. Right side, pulling. If we're standing, right leg, stamping. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping, 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 repeating. So again, the quicker our feet, like we had with our fast feet, that's better. The quicker, the better. Because then we catch ourselves when we fall. Okay, last main exercise, shadow boxing. Does not matter whether you are seated or standing, because everyone likes the shadow boxing most. Out of all the exercises, everyone likes this one the most, by far. Always, as I say, a firm favourite. If you're seated or standing, fists up. Shadow boxing high, shadow boxing low, shadow boxing around or up, I don't mind, but the whole point is to get out of breath. So it is not staying put and just wafting arms around. It is big, aggressive, speedy movements with the whole body. See how my body is twisting and twisting and moving? That's what we want, okay? If we're standing, obviously it's Wobble Wednesday. Priority is going to be footwork. We can move forwards or backwards. We can move side to side, or we can mix and match and do all of them. But move your feet, okay? 3 rounds, by the way. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So shadow boxing. If we're standing, nice, quick, light footwork. Move yourself around. Move your body. Move your feet. Don't trip over a cable. I haven't tripped yet. And time. It will happen. I will trip over it one day. Now, round 2. Even if you're seated, doesn't mean you can have a rest. Who said that? Who said if you're seated you can have a rest? You're wrong. You can still work hard if you're seated. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Punching, moving, twisting, and getting out of breath. Hooking, uppercuts, I don't mind, but keep yourself moving. and breathing and huffing and puffing away nicely. Time. 2 rounds done, 1 round to go. So again, if you're standing, definitely footwork. Last bit now in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Moving the footwork forwards, moving it back, moving it to one side or the other side. We can spin on the spot, face one way or the other, but we're moving our feet all the time. And time. That's them done. Last exercise now with what is the left side. So final one now. If you're seated, left arm, rowing, recovering. Chest out, shoulder back, and recover. If we're standing, left leg moving in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Stamp, recover, stamp. Quick, fast moves. Remember, this is going to save your life. Boom. A big, fast movement. Nice and loud. Behind the same. And then stamping away. And that is time. We are done. That's Wobble Wednesday. Have a breather, everybody. Relax. Take it easy. Smoke a pipe or something. Actually, don't smoke a pipe. It's very bad for you. Don't go smoking. Kids, don't smoke. But that is Wobble Wednesday. Balancing. Falls prevention, not falling over. It sounds simple, but it is a really, really important part of staying healthy, staying strong, and living a long life. We can injure ourselves, we can hurt ourselves if we fall over. So there's two big parts to falls prevention. One is not falling over in the first place. Sounds obvious, really. But the better our balance, the better we can move, the better we can keep our balance on in between our feet and we stay upright. So don't fall, first of all. And then, but to be honest, in realistic terms, at some point in our lives, we are going to lose our balance. So the second part is recover from falls. So when we're going, we can stop ourselves actually hitting the ground. We can catch ourselves and regain our balance. So don't fall in the first place, but then we practice it like we've done today, how to catch ourselves and recover our balance when we are falling. If we do that two-pronged approach, we're going to be good. We're going to improve our options massively, I swear. Yeah, don't forget, spines, they respond to swear words. We do. But yes, so what we did today, fast feet, stamping away, it can be a life-saving move. If we're going, we can either just carry on going, hit the floor and shatter, or we can move our feet fast, dynamically, and loud. Stamp down, and we catch ourselves. And that's what we practice every Wobble Wednesday. We practice various ways that we can improve our balance and save our lives. This is why, hopefully, Get Moving is going to become a saint on Easter Day, because we save lives. This is what I tell myself. This is what I tell my mother. She's not on the internet. She has no idea what I actually do. So don't tell her. She'll be so disappointed. But I tell her that I save lives. And she believes me. She sees me through rose-tinted glasses. She goes, "Oh, Karen, my darling son. Oh, he's so wonderful." She's living a lovely fantasy world. She's happy thinking her son is amazing. Just don't change her mind, basically. Okay, just don't tell her the truth. Do me a favor, okay? Thank you. Anyway, it's Thinking Thursday tomorrow. Using our brain tomorrow. Thinking about what we're going to be doing, why we're doing it, how we can improve it. Thinking Thursday tomorrow, 11 o'clock. As always, thank you very much, everybody. I don't know, you may have had a horrible time for all I know, but I personally have had a good time. So thank you very much. We're going to see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock. We're going to use our brains. In the meantime, enjoy the really nice day we've got again. Look, short sleeves and everything. It's April tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.